But let's get you some more voices then. With just 2 days left for the Union Budget, Top Voices of India Inc. spell out their wish list from the most awaited economic event of the year, that is of course Budget 2018, and from focus on maintaining fiscal deficit target to more sobs for auto sectors, India Inc. of course is seeking some big bang measures come this year's budget. Listen in.
Just hope that the budget is good for the country. That's what we hope for, and that's what our aspiration is, that what is good for the country, that should what the budget. We are optimistic about the growth in FY19. I am optimistic about the whole economy in the country, as well as the global economy is also picking up. Our major presence other than India is in the US, and that economy is also going strong.
The global economy turning around is a big plus right now for India, as we are going into our growth phase ourselves. Now, whether the number is 7, 7.5 or 8, I think is a little bit less important than the growth momentum, I think, which is critical right now, because we had a pretty tough time for a while now. Mantra for the next 15 or 20 years has got to be growth, job creation, rural economy, higher productivity in all three sectors: services, industry and agriculture.
The auto industry will be looking for is what kind of thrust is being put on in terms of longer term growth of the industry. For example, for a long time we have been talking about removing older cars from the road, which are more polluting, more fuel consuming, and that will also give a growth in the demand. The other kind of thing that we look at now, electric vehicles, what kind of policies come in for electric vehicles, again is something that we'll be looking at. So we are now looking at, in a way, a good thing. We are not looking at short term right now what happens to excise, but longer term what kind of sort of directions are coming through the budget for the longer term growth of the industry.
I would hope and expect or think that fiscal target will be maintained, that fiscal deficit will not be breached compared to what was the target for the year. If that happens, I think markets will take it very well. There are a lot of industries in India that are dependent on the housing sector, not just the big ones like cement and steel and power and stuff like that, but even smaller ancillary industries are to a great extent dependent on what happens to the housing sector. So I think the government will give a lot of take measures to give a further boost to the housing sector.